So, for those on YouTube, welcome to the Early Access Streamer event. We are going to be doing some drafting to start it up. I usually do a few drafts to start things off and then try and browse social media while we're finishing up the last couple of drafts and then start to work on some standard and do that. So we'll probably do the same thing here. Really wanting to try and do some kind of Dimir Flash kind of deck. Definitely my kind of thing. The Rogues deck might be ending up what we need to play. But I've got a few deck lists saved that I've seen other people posting about already, as well as a couple of my own ideas. So we will see how it all looks. Hopefully we can actually get into a draft here. Oh, come on, people. Wait for the whole thing to download and then other people aren't wanting to draft. Let's get drafting. Two more. One more. Yes, let's do it. Let me at it. Slow start to this video, unfortunately, just because of how slow this has been, but never mind, we are in now. Let's see what we have got. So, Archpriest of Iona. Its power is equal to the number of creatures in your party. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you have a full party, target creature gets +1/+1 against flying. That card seems really good. That's minimum 1 mana 1/2, but it's going to get big reasonably quickly. It'll be interesting to see how these land spells play in constructed. So party is a cleric, a rogue, a warrior, and a wizard. So that's definitely a good one. Silencer seems reasonable. Gives a creature -X/-X, where X is the number of creatures in your party. I think we just try and go with the aggressive white creature and see where we get to. So it's a cleric to start. Whenever another cleric enters the battlefield under control, you gain a life, and whenever you gain life for a first time each turn, put a counter on it. That seems quite good. As long as you control another cleric, it's got lifelink. It's a pretty good card. Enters the battlefield, target creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each creature in your party. I think I like this clerical life spawned actually. It kind of goes with what we've already got there. These are both clerics, so gain some life and get this thing growing, which would be quite good. Be interesting. Vanquish the Weak's a strong card. Tazim Raptor is going to be good in the green-white landfall deck, I'd imagine. Just being able to pick up your lands and do that. Yeah, I think let's just go with the cleric. See how that goes. Orzhov party, it might just be Orzhov clerics. Clerics is like a subtype of these, so we will see what we get to. Here's another cleric actually. It's an edict one, which is pretty good. Stonework Pack Beast is just a vanilla creature, but it's all creatures in your party, so it would trigger Archfiend of Iona and cleric, because it is not a cleric and a cleric at the same time, which is good for those things. But yeah, I think Demon's Disciple, having the edict, seems pretty reasonable. We're probably going to be playing some kind of miseling little creatures in this, so I think that seems fine. Cleric that gives my thing indestructible. We've got a dual land in our colours, which would be quite nice if that wheeled. I don't think we want that now. I think we just want this 3-drop. Just being able to give a creature indestructible. It's a Cleric as well for triggering that. Do want to pick up at least one of these Outriders at some point, but I think we just want this Cleric just so we can kind of try and stay on theme there. What have we got? Enters the battlefield, each opponent loses X life and you gain X life for X number of creatures in your party. So that's pretty good. It's a 2-mana 2/1 that's going to drain all the time anyway. Flash, flying, 2/1, mills an opponent for 2. I think I'm just in for the Cleric here. I think we've got enough of these that it's all kind of working together here. Everyone's got new cards to look at, so can't really expect too much for these. Everyone's going to be streaming or recording videos as well, so people might be taking a little bit longer to explain things. Like I wouldn't usually take as long to speak about some of these things that I am doing, but just to kind of give people the benefit of not knowing what these cards are. Certainly without the overlays, because obviously the overlays aren't ready for the initial events. So yeah, we're just going to pick up another Cleric here. Obviously we've kind of got this this theme going on here. So yeah, we might be able to get a full party, which would be nice for Archpriest, but I think we might just be fine just being Clerics. I obviously don't know, I haven't looked too much into the limited side of this, as much as I used to. I used to look into these things a lot more, but certainly with that in mind, I can't think if there's like a lot of things that will impact that or not. So creatures you control get +1/+1 till end of turn. If it was kicked, they get +2/+1 instead. Yep, that card seems good. Don't really care about the links. Yeah, let's take the spell there. Certainly don't need to draw cards slowly with that one, so I think having that trick's probably pretty good. We've got quite an aggressive curve here as it is, so we have Zoff Consumption, so it's a land that also is a spell that you can make them lose 4 life and gain 4 life. That's quite interesting. Or we've got a 1/4 that just whenever a creature enters the battlefield under my control, I gain a life. I think I'm in for the land here. I just don't think this card's massively great. Like, if you had multiple Clerics, then the Clerical Life Spawn, then it might be good, but I think I just want the land. 1/1. Yeah, that card seems fine. I think it's more likely than us playing this big spell, so like we're quite an aggressive deck here, so hopefully we can just kind of keep the curve down. Let's see if I can get this looking a little bit better. That's a bit better, right. Outrider seems pretty reasonable. It's not a Cleric, but obviously for being able to pump something based on our party seems pretty reasonable. We're definitely not playing any of these, so guess we'll just take the creature. Can't see us playing. Oh, let's take the Glacial Grasp. Vanilla 4/3, we might end up having to play that. Alrighty, what we got for pack 2? We have a Glass Pool Mimic, so it enters the battlefield as a copy of a creature you control, except as a shapeshifter rogue in addition to its other types. Okay, so it's not particularly interesting. We have a mouse, landfall mouse, that gives all your creatures a pump. It's pretty good. We have a 1/1 Cleric Flyer that if you kick it, it taps up to 2 target creatures. That seems pretty reasonable. Base Camp taps for any 1 mana of any color of any Clerics, Rogue, Warriors, or Wizards. We have Nahiri's Binding, and this is the pacifism for any creatures or planeswalkers. So this card's great, and I think that's the pick. We don't have any removal yet, so this is a good pick. What's this one do? Puts a counter on it with landfall. That's pretty reasonable. Yeah, I don't think we want any of these other ones. They're all off color anyway. So I think we're just gonna pick up the Pack Beast because it is a cleric. It also adds to my party, and if we have anything we need to splash, gives us that option as well. So. I didn't recognise any of the names in the pod. No, I don't recognise any of the names, but not to say that they aren't people that we would know. Just don't recognise the usernames. Okay, so we have... This is another removal spell, which is a great card. So you can pay 1 mana to destroy a creature or planeswalker with converted mana cost 2 or less, or you can pay 4 mana and just destroy it. So this card's really good. Really powerful card. I don't think it's close. Like, these other cards just aren't as good. Like the Flying Lifelink, it's probably a card we would want to pick up just because of like our synergies. We obviously want to be getting life, but removal spells are at a premium. Up to 2 target creatures each get +X, where X the number of creatures in your party. That's quite an interesting card. +2/+2, or sorry, 2/2 gets lifelink if you have another cleric, so it would basically be a 2/2 vigilance lifelink. Target creature you control gains indestructible. Draw a card if that creature has a +1/+1 counter on it. That's an interesting card. Don't think we have any +1/+1 counter stuff though, do we? Cleric. No. Okay. I think we're in for the healer. I think. Are we? What's our count? I'm gonna pick the healer. Just want as many as possible. Right, what have we got here? We have the flyer. Nothing else is on color, so I think we're just taking the flyer. It's a rogue, so it still works towards party. We don't have any wizards yet, so obviously the Pack Beast works for everything, but I think I'm okay just taking another 2/2. Probably want to be more aggressive than taking like a big chunky thing, so look at the top 4 cards. You'll either put 2 into your hand, the rest in the bottom in any order, you lose 2 life. I certainly want that over the vanilla creature, so Get some cards on the go. Oh my word. Target opponent discards 2 cards, mills a card, loses a life. Yeah, sure, we don't need a second blood price, so we'll just take a mind drain in case we end up needing to play that. Take a base camp in case there's anything splashable. If we find impact 3, we might find something worth splashing. Yeah, we'll take another one of those. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. That should not be that late. 3/3 flash fire card. So we don't care about the big crab. +2/+2 if it's a warriors. Not going to warriors. Yeah, none of these cards are great for us. I think I'm just taking the Skulker. Ooh. Ooh. Well, is that a good one when we're in the Clerics deck? I feel like it's a good one. So whenever it dies, or another Cleric I control dies, return target Cleric with less converted mana cost from my graveyard to the battlefield. So basically every single creature in our deck is a Cleric, so that's pretty much spot on the best thing we could get there. Search your library for a card, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. If you have a full party, you may cast a spell. Yeah, okay, we'll take that one. Just being able to go and find your best card for potentially up to, or like as low as 1 mana. Realistically in our deck it's going to be 3 mana, maybe 4 mana. But that's still a good rate to be doing that. So this card's fine. Obviously we've got a few things that would help us reduce that cost, but Deadly Alliance and Vanquish the Weak are both pretty good. Yeah, I think I like Deadly Alliance. It's always going to be 4 mana in our deck, and I'd rather, like, the 1 mana difference between these is quite a lot, or isn't a lot, to have the extra versatility of being able to kill anything. We have the Zombie Bat, which is a reasonable card. Mind Carver. Gets +1/+0. I guess +3/+1. Okay, so that's for the rogues deck. I think I like the Bat. Being able to have like a 5 mana 3/3 flying lifelink, or just a 2 mana 1/1 flying lifelink is pretty reasonable. So I think that's a solid pickup there. Oh my god, I need to stop yawning. Yeah, we're not playing any of those, so just take the Constrictor. Yeah, none of these are great. Oh, that was not the right button. Come on. We just don't want any of these. I think we'll just take the Resolute Strike. It's a reasonable combat trick, but we don't need the base camp. That's probably a 17 lander. Seems fine. I guess this is the 17th or the 17th land, so that seems fine. Yeah, we might play another one of those. That's a reasonable card. 2/1 flyer is usually pretty good. I need a nap or something. Okay, let's have a look and see what we've got here. Really want to cut one. Probably wants to be a non-creature. I think I want the equipment. All of our creatures are kind of small. Maybe it's just the blood price. Let's go with that. Yeah, this hand's fine. Can go Skulker into Skulker and kind of get aggressive there. Can obviously see if we need the land for Zoff consumption or if we're just going to hold it. Don't think we need to play it on one, like we don't have that high a curve. So we've got these rogues, they've got Death Touch now, so... So we held this just because when this dies we'd still have Death Touch, we still get to make this trade. So it works out fine. They used a removal spell and traded their 3-drop for our 2 2-drops. And we got a couple of mills off of them. So this is going to be a nice one here. It's going to get big really quickly. Fine, Death Touch haste. Other creatures you control have Death Touch. Wow. This is the reading the aura. Step. This card seems really good. So we get to trade for this Ardent Electromancer, hopefully. Smack them for a bundle, we gain a heap of life. This thing is going to keep growing. Sweet. Good start. Good start. The power of the cleric. Oh, come on, people. Gonna mull this. Like we've got a much more aggressive set of draws in our deck. We'll keep this, throw away the plains, and let's lead on the swamp. Or the black source. Yeah, that one doesn't get to stay around, so... Goodbye. The ramp from that is just going to be too strong. 2-1 gets counters on it. Sure. Let's just go and try and be aggressive with this. So we get to play the rogue, mill them for 2. Got rid of a Tazim Raptor and Tangled Flora. Sure. Hit me. You're gonna be able to create a token for each +1/+1 counter you put on creatures. Wow. Away. 5/5. Sure, it's just a 5/5. We've ended up in this black-white clerics deck with a little bit of party going on, so we'll still trying to figure out if this is actually good or not. But at the moment we're probably a little bit behind, but it doesn't take too much to get somewhere from here. Now everything's got trample. Well, that's not good. I have no others. That was interesting looking deck. I didn't realise there were so many like +1/+1 counter synergies in green, so that's interesting. That'll be an interesting one to have a look at in draft. Right, let's go again. This one's awkward, but I think it's a keep. Just need some creatures. So we hold the knife because it's a free equip for the first time, so no need to play it out. That's a pretty good one there. Start off with a nice little drain, and then we can equip the knife and kill a creature. No, don't kill my creature. I need my creature. Let's get our party together. Two, three menace stuffing things. Sure. Well, I mean, should I have played that out? I probably should have played that out. I definitely should have played that out. This card's interesting. Really aggressively slanted flip card. Sure. Got a warrior and a rogue. Well, that's not going to end well for your opponent. Enjoy your jump blocks. Pew, pew, pew. Yeah, this aggressively slanted aggro deck with these seems really good. Like, this card's really flexible. Being able to use it as just a +1/+1 for everything for 2 mana seems like really good value, and when you have a little bit of extra mana, being able to get the extra power seems really strong. A 3/1. And they go... So they're dead. Sweet. Sweet. 2 and 1. Yeah, Zendikar's never been aggressive. Not once. Alright, we are 2-1 in our first draft of the event. This hand's so close to being good. Yeah, what's the worst that can happen? Swamp in this hand's very good. You're a little bit late to the party. So whenever it attacks, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each creature in your party. Interesting. Interesting little card, that one. Kill the thing, sure. And then we're going to drain them for 2. That's aggressive. At least we'll get to kill their creature and they'll be reasonably far behind here. Kind of awkward mana. Yeah, we don't. If we'd drawn a land, we could have filtered into playing one of the other ones, but we can't. So I can only choose one spell to cast. I feel like I kind of want to play the cleric out, but let's just kill it. Some of these equipments are really strong. Well, that one needs to go away, like, ASAP. Hoping that this Dauntless Unity can just save our creatures here, and then we can coveted prize next turn potentially. Hopefully they don't have anything too nasty to be able to kill our stuff with. Or a wizard spell. Wow, that's really good. We're just so far behind here. This card's really strong. Man, these wizards are really cool. Cool designs. No blocks. So if that's to die, I can return the Cleric or the Pack Beast or the Angel Heart Protector, so it's quite flexible there. I think I need to go for this one. Don't think I'm winning otherwise. I need to get this like up and out of range. Oh, they are only on 8. Was I supposed to get this one and just like drain them for 2? Not sure. Maybe I was. So having Death Toucher deals X damage to... Yikes. Yikes. That was some synergy. That was some properly strong synergy there. Right, 2 and 2. Let's go again. I've got to keep this one, like it's just all the stuff I want. Just need a black source. Ask for black source, gets a white source. Whenever a land enters the battlefield, put a counter on it and it gains flying. Wow. Let's do another draft. There was some interesting stuff going on here, but I'm assuming that you'd need to have more high-end synergies to have this work properly. So either some different rares or some different uncommons. This card was powerful, but gaining life only the first time each turn is a massive drawback from similar cards of the past. So that is a big issue with that card. Aura. This card seems really good, but I would like to see ways where you can kind of abuse it rather than it just being like just a kind of weak way to do something. There wasn't really anything else massively to talk about. None of this set felt like super powerful. Obviously there's some synergies, and the synergies were interesting, but we didn't have anything massively powerful. So yeah, that's everything for the first draft. Let's try again.